Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's about 15 minutes till. It's Thursday, September 4th, 2025. We're going to take a look at SPX on the daily and the 65. We're going to run through this very quickly because there's no real new news on the indicators or anything, but we are at a critical level of a Fibonacci retracement right now as we speak. So I'll show you perspective on the daily and the 65, and we'll check out the VIX as well. So as we gap down, we're underneath this wedge here, and we're back into that wedge. So does that kind of invalidate things? Or remember, yesterday I talked about this being, this is still could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more 5 right at the end there. And so is that our actual wedge that we're considering from wave 1 to 3 is a typical top for wave 5. So if we do make a new high, that could possibly be that level right there. And I mean, you could probably form a structure here to maybe a channel. So the channel lines up perfectly with that scenario as well. And so if we do make a new high, that will be our next point to short the market. Other than that, let's getting right back above that 8 EMA. We're fighting with those on NDX right now. So the tech market is relatively weaker and is not in the same position to make a new high. Clone oscillator right there at neutral. Again, if we do make a new high, we'll probably see a lower high here and just stretch out that divergence for a little bit longer. So we're still in that wedge here. Again, same scenario. Do we reach the top of the wedge, and this is the RSI that gets a lower high but a higher high in SPX? Possibly. We talked about this yesterday. We're getting that crossover. So again, it's still possible we make that high there, but wait till we get to the 65 and just see what's happening there. Okay, no setup here. We have a 1, 2, 3. Can we continue down lower for a 9 count? That's what we'll be looking for. We're really in a neutral position at this point. Awesome oscillator, still headed lower. Let's go to SPY. Check out the money flow. Money's still flowing out. Nothing to change here. Bollinger Band just getting tighter. Do we hit the top of that band? That would get us to that sell signal for that last high if we do. Still looking for a lower high, but anything's possible here. And Elliott Oscillator is not telling us anything else. We want to see, if you're bullish, you want to see a new high above this peak and beyond. Here's the VIX. Throw on those moving averages. And you see the VIX is actually in a bullish posture here. We're messing with the 8 EMA. Does it come down to the 20? Possibly. If it starts to go lower than that, we're likely to make a new low going into mid-September, and that would give us new highs in SPY. So keep an eye on that, but I'm looking for a higher low at this point. Let's go to SPY on the 65 so we can just go ahead and end this video. Here's your traditional look. This would be, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an ending diagonal if that's to happen. And really, I don't think price is going to get, well, let's try that channel. I don't think the price is going to get beyond that red box there. That would match up. The top of the box would match up. Let's stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so they would close the gap and you'd see about 650 there, which, was that psychological level that we missed. And I believe there was also a level that we had just missed right up there. I don't have it on this one. It might be at SPX, but anyway. So far with the wave count, in the yellow is that little bit bullish wave count where we're gonna eke out a new high by 40 cents, 50 cents or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But right at this point, it's not invalidated. We talked again. This was yesterday's video where we had the A, B, and C could have ended there. But we said, hey, if we get on top of the 62% retracement, this could become a larger ABC. And, we can't really count what's going on in gaps here. So this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A, B, and then a 5-wave move up into C. Perfect zigzag. But if price gets above the 786, holds above here, then it's just likely that we're going to hit that 650 mark up top there. So yeah, really, yeah, we can check out the indicators, but with no new high, not sure that anything's gonna. See if I have some of the targets here. Oh, so there's some higher targets here at 6,500. So there's a channel that I was playing around with earlier. It's not perfect, but somewhere above there you have your higher targets, and then you have this box that I drew up here, and that goes to the top of the possible channel right there. So this is for SPX. Tighten this up a bit. And that would take us to about 65.20, just depending on where it would be. If we went straight up here with the employment data, then 65.20, about that area. So big level to get over. And let's go ahead and look at some of these indicators. Moving averages, we're back above. Had the bull cross here, but really going sideways. If price action was to break down, this could go much lower on the MACD, just so you know that we're really in this like tight range here, and that represents a channel right now. And we did have a correction, so if we were to make a new high here, we'd probably want to see some sort of, I don't know, maybe a negative divergence here coming up. You'd probably correct a little bit and get a newer high. So we'll be looking at this each and every day to see what that does there. We're in overbought conditions, but really it represents a strong move. We're in a strong move, right? But it might be getting a little lengthy here if we are to reverse at this point. DMARC, making a count up higher here. We're at about 11 count. We could get a 13, and possibly if this continues higher, we can get a 9 count. So 13.9 setup. Again, we have to get over this level that we're at right as we speak. Awesome oscillator in negative territory. You see it peaking above right now. If we're to reject from this point, we'd continue to stay in this this area here, but this is exactly what you want to see. On a correction, we came back up to this 0 line. Now you can get a whipsaw and a couple little bars above here, but if this turns back into the red area, continues, then we know that this is going to continue to move lower at this point. Money flow. Now, again, this is what we talked about yesterday, going up a little bit higher. If we do get this high, we're probably going to be into a brand new overbought condition where we don't need divergence, but it can give us divergence. But that would be a sell signal up there. Bollinger Band. See, we could reach the top of the band there, that gap area. No setup there. And Elliott oscillator still just now giving us a green bar here, but back to neutral. So and we're right at resistance right now as we speak. So we'll see what happens. There's, let the market tell you. If we do go higher, you'll likely see. We cover all this with the individual members. If you're interested in getting these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. All right. It's 99 cents a month, by the way. And all we're doing is back testing here. So at this point, so there's two ways you can look at this. If the market wants to go higher, if we get employment data or such, and it goes a little bit higher, all this is going to end up being, I don't know if I have the wave count here, but you have a 1-2, okay? This is typically what I go through with our members. But we made a higher low here, okay? So if we do decide to go a little bit higher, and this is going to, in both legs, this would be an A and a C leg are the same, you'd see it peak right above this 786 here. Okay, and that would give us a flat pattern for the Qs, while SPX or SPY, yes, they make a new high. Okay, so either way, we're either looking for a nesting, a 1-2, 1-2, but if SPX and SPY are going to make a new high, then it's likely we're going to see a high here above this peak and fail from that point, being a flat pattern where you get your A, B, C. I'll borrow this one here. You get that really deep B there. And then your A. So there's how you look at things. You look at the different markets, and same thing with the small caps. You're forming some sort of flat pattern already, and so this tells me we just want to waste time until we get to the short week. It's just likely that we have this grind higher. But if we reject right from where we are, then so be it. Then right at this point, we're at the 62% retracement. We're a little bit above it. It's got some work to do, but we're ready for reversal whenever it happens. And then our next, like I said, our next objective short would be not only this peak above here, just above, and if it's equal, you see how close the bottom was, then we'll probably not even $1 difference, above there, a few pennies. And then once again, our SPY, our objective short would be somewhere up here. If we get above the 786 that we have right now, this is certainly an objective short right now. We added on this bar when we tagged it. We already added on some puts for tomorrow. Risk reward, fantastic. If you're not all about that, no big deal. We have swings on as well. If we close the gap, get a little bit higher to some targets, fine, so be it. But risk reward to the downside is getting really juicy up here. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for the likes and subscribes, and we'll see you tomorrow.